You are most welcome, my dear learners, to Primary 2 Literacy 2 lesson by Teacher Joel Maluma. In today's lesson, we are going to learn about things used to keep peace and security. In case you have any inquiry after watching this video, you can use the number below to contact me or send me an email onto that email address. Let us get to learn about things used to keep peace and security. But before that, I would like us to first get to some revision questions in the lesson we had last time. And my question is, what is peace? Do we still remember? We said peace means living and working well with others. Yes, living and working well with others. Then, my second question is, what is security? Do we still remember? What did we say? Security means keeping someone or something safe. Are we together? Then, my third question says, mention 4 people who keep peace and security. So, among the 4 people, we have police officers, we have the private security guards, we have our beloved parents, we have religious leaders, we have teachers at school, not forgetting the LC leaders. Yes, the local council leaders, where we have chairperson LC1 at the village, chairperson LC2 at the parish, and others. So all these people have got a role to play when it comes to keeping peace and security. Now, before we get to the things used to keep peace and security, I want to remind you how you can access more of these lessons. We have well-prepared work on our Google Classroom for Primary 2. So when you look at my top left corner here, I'm saying join P.2 Google Classroom. And how will you join? Get to your browser and type in Google Classroom. Then you will see where there is join with code. So here is the class code for P2 Google Classroom. You can use it to join and have access to more of this. There is even activity about this work which you can attempt and submit. So let us now move on. We are talking about things used by police officers to keep peace and security. So what are some of these things? Can we mention them? Here I have one. How do we call this? Yes. So this is a gun. This is a gun. Another one is here. What is that? That is a pistol. The word is pistol. Look at the correct spelling, because I will ask you either to draw or to name. So you must be knowing both of them when you can identify the item by looking at it and write its name. Now, how about this one? Is this a chain? No. This is a handcuff. Handcuff is the one that they put on the hands of the suspect. So this one is commonly used When you are suspected and they get to arrest you, handcuffs are put onto your hands. Then these other two, the pistol and the gun, those ones are used in case there is violence, counter-attack, and any other situation that may not be good. Let's move on. Google Classroom code is there on my left. I think you can see it well. Write it somewhere. Let's add on the list. There is this, these ones. What are they? How do we call them? I also see them with police officers. So these are batons. So a baton is used to maintain discipline. You want to fight, you are beaten. And what do they use? That one. Another item is here, knife. Knife. Hey, you can see even the word police is written on it. Yes, they can use it, but don't ask me how do they use it, because for you, you know very well, a knife is used for peeling. Fine. I don't know what they use but they use a knife in several activities. Can be cutting something. Okay? Yeah. Let's move on. We have sticks. Sticks are used to cane wrongdoers. Are used to see when police officers are chasing people on the street. At times they use these ones, the sticks. They are among the things used by police officers to keep peace and security. Now let's look at things used by religious leaders. Do they also use guns? Do they use sticks? The answer is no. Religious leaders use these ones. How do we call them? So these are Bibles, holy Bibles. Then these are for Christians, but again for the Muslims they use a Quran. Quran. Look at the correct spelling. Are we together? Do they use only these ones as religious leaders? I hope they still have others that they use to keep peace and security. Let us add them on the list. So we have this one, and how do we call it? This is commonly used by Catholics. So this is a rosary. Rosary. Then we have anointing oil. Anointing oil. We also have the cross. So all these ones are things used by religious leaders. A father can give you a rosary and ask you to always pray. You recite it wherever you face any problem. So what makes you not to feel at peace? When you recite a rosary, you find peace in your heart. You find relieved. In a similar way, other religious leaders, the pastors, will use anointing oil. A pastor comes and tell you that with this sickness, you smear yourself with this anointing oil. It has divine power in it that will heal you. So the problem goes if you have the faith. So that problem that might be making you not to find peace goes away just by using anointing oil. When you read in the Bible, you will find verses talking about anointing oil. Are we together? Then we have the cross. Cross is another thing that is given to some people, and we are encouraged in the Bible to always follow the cross. Meaning, all our problems, the sin, we were born with that original sin of Adam and Eve when they betrayed God by eating the forbidden fruit. So that original sin was taken away from us by Jesus Christ when he accepted to die on the cross. So even us, we are encouraged by the religious leaders to always look at the cross as one of the ways peace can get back. Let's move on by looking at things used by security guards. Now here I talk about the private security guards, not the police officers, but they are the same things they use because they are also they are police officers. But the only difference is that for them, they are private security guards that you have to hire privately, whereas police is for the government. So they also use handcuff, they use pistol, they use sticks, gun, batons. Not only these ones, they have others which I don't see police using them. Maybe they use them, but for me I have never seen. The things are very many that can be used. So here we have this. How do we call it? Yeah. So that is a bow and an arrow. So they use bows and arrows. Instead of a gun, some uses this. Are we together? Next is spear. Spear. You remember the story of Jipiri and Labong? That story I will not tell it to you in this lesson, but it is also a good story on its own and a topic. You can search and read about it. But somewhere, a spear was used when an elephant came and was in the maize plantation. But unfortunately, the elephant, since it is fat, it went with the spear, which brought problems at home, and peace was not there. So read about that story of Jipili and Labong. Then we have sticks. Yes, the private security guards also use sticks. And lastly, let me talk about this one. This one can be made local. You yourself, you can also make it. And how do we call it? Someone knows? So this one is a catapult. Catapult. A catapult is made out of a tree branch which is forked, having two other branches. Are we together? So you cut off that part, as you can see. Then you get either a rubber band or a tube of the tires, that tube of a motorcycle. The one put in the tire of a motorcycle or a bicycle. You may cut and get the rubber band. So you fasten it there. And in the middle you put something strong. Okay? Can be either a piece of cloth. And after fastening it tight, you get a small stone and put in there. Then you do like this. You hit your target. It can be a bird, it can be anything. And for the private security guards, they use it to hit criminals if someone is trying to escape and enter into a place that is not supposed to. Or even dogs and some small animals like cats. So that is another thing that is used by private security guards to keep peace and the security. Those are some of the things they use. Now, members, what about parents and elders? Let us mention the things used by parents and the elders. So, among them, they use Bibles also. They talk to us, teaching us biblical norms, or we can call them religious norms. We need to talk about them in our next lesson. Then, if you are Muslim, then you use a Quran. You find words of wisdom in there. Then, where you tend not to listen, then a stick comes up. Even the Bible talks about it in Proverbs. Spare the rod and spoil the child. Road, I don't mean the other road where vehicles pass. No, road is another word that means sticks. So you spare the sticks and spoil the child. Someone told me that in their home, the parents use solid. That is really very bad. If you can't understand by use of sticks and the parent has to use solid, that is another bad story. Then finally, but not final, we can talk of advice. I can't give you a picture to show advice, but advice, this is a word of guidance or encouragement you can get from either your parents or from your elders. When you have a problem that is making you not to feel at peace, when you share it, that person will be able to give you proper guidance and counseling. So that advice given is also another thing we can use. Members, we can't finish all these things used. So for now, allow me to guide you how you can get exercise. Okay? Find the activity of lesson 1 on P2 Google Classroom, and the class code is that one. Join Google Classroom, attempt the activity, and submit your work. So read the instructions through. Read through them very well and get to know what you are going to do when you open that quiz. So, my dear learners, thank you for watching this video. Join P2 Google Classroom as I have said and attempt the activity. I want to wish you a good day. My name is Teacher Joel Maluma. May God bless you.